run on 2 hits here in the inning. Two balls, 2 strikes is the count. Redding sets the belt, checks the runner, kicks, delivers. Swing and a miss, struck him out on a slider. A scoop by David, he applies the tag to Minicozy, and that'll do it for the Ducks, who put a run on the board with 2 hits, an error by the catcher David, and 2 men left. Heading to the bottom of the first inning, Blue Crabs down 1-0, coming to bat. This is the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network. Blue Crabs fans, come out to the ballpark August 2nd against Lancaster. It's Hearing Professionals, Silver Sluggers, night number 7. Free popcorn Tuesdays, presented by RC Theaters Lexington Exchange for the first 500 fans. On August 3rd, 11:05 special start time, it's Camp and Recreation Day. And on August 4th against the Barnstormers, it's National Night Out Celebration and Foster's Grill, Wings, and Beer Night. For more information, log on to somdbluecrabs.com or call 301-638-9788. Bottom of the first inning, Blue Crabs coming to bat, down 1-0 here at Regency Furniture Stadium. John Brownell on the mound, last year's Atlantic League Pitcher of the Year. 5-3, 2.90 ERA, 12 games, 12 starts, 80 2/3 innings pitched. 26 earned runs allowed, 19 walks, 75 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting .249 off of the 6'3", 215-pound right-hander from Omaha, Nebraska. For the Blue Crabs, it'll be Eric Garcia, Bryant Nelson, and Alfredo Marte. The Ducks scoring a run on 2 hits and a Blue Crabs error in that top of the first. Anthony Vega with his 4th run scored this series alone. By the way, we're only in Game 2 of this series. Defensively for Long Island, Vega, Cleary Jr., Lentini left to right in the outfield. Wessinger, Lyons, left side of the infield. Puckett, Gotay on the right side of the infield. Mike Blank is behind the plate. And on the mound, John Brownell. 1-1, by the way, this year in 2 games, 2 starts, 14 innings against the Blue Crabs. He's only walked 2 guys, and he has struck out 15 Blue Crabs hitters. Eric Garcia hitting at .233 with a home run, 18 driven in. Blue Crabs come in having lost 7 straight games, 26-47, 21 games under 500, and 0-4 here in second half play. Brownell into the wind. Here's the pitch. Garcia takes inside, a fastball missing. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. The fastball for Brownell ranges from 86 to 88, but it has good movement. And he uses off-speed stuff very well. Getting ahead with that. 1-0. Down and in with a changeup. And now it's 2 balls and no strikes to Eric Garcia. Brownell was selected by the Phillies in the 27th round of the 06 draft. In fact, he only spent 1 season in the Phillies organization. The windup, the 2-0. Outside corner, a late strike call by Chris Engstrad, the home plate umpire. A 12-6 curveball with good spin to it on the outer half of the plate. 2-1 with Nelson on deck. Here's the windup in the pitch. Inside just a tad, lifting up the elbows of Garcia. There's that fastball missing as Brownell wipes off the cleats behind the mound. Gets on the third base edge. 3-1 is the count. 1-0 Ducks, bottom first. Here's the kick and the pitch to Garcia. Eric takes a called strike over the inner third as the count runs full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. It is game number 75 for Southern Maryland. And game number 5 in second half play. 3-2. Swung on, bounced foul of first. And Garcia on that backswing got a piece of Mike Blank, the catcher. I think a piece of his right arm. Full count 3-2, 1-0 Ducks. As we play here in the bottom of the first. Blue Crabs playing game 2 of the 4-game series against Long Island tonight. And game 5 of the 7-game homestand. 3-2 pitch. Fastball beaten into the ground, foul right at the plate. And Garcia had part of the ball go off a part of his foot as he gets back up trying to stretch out that right ankle and foot area. Walking around the home plate area on the grass trying to shake it off. Grimaces a little bit. We've seen that with a couple of guys here lately, just banging it off their foot, their leg. And right there, that was the same thing with Eric Garcia. The leadoff man for Southern Maryland, Bryant Nelson, is waiting to hit next. By the way, newcomer Anton Richardson was originally in the scheduled starting lineup, but for whatever reason he was pulled out and Garcia was put into the leadoff spot. Eric back in there, 3-2. Brownell kicks and delivers. Swinging a fly ball into right. Lentini slips a bit, moving to his left. Now he straightens up and makes a one-hand catch in the sunlight. Garcia getting jammed on that pitch on the inner half. One gone. Here's Bryant Nelson. 1-0 Long Island out in front. Nelson, switch hitter batting from the left side. The third baseman hitting at 269 with a home run and 24 RBIs. Yeah, the Blue Crabs will play teams with a combined record of 119 and 100. 119 wins, 100 losses over the next couple of weeks. Here's the windup in the pitch. Swung on, chopped on the ground wide of first. A backhand pick by Gotay on the short hop. And the first baseman flips it underhand to Brownell covering, who catches and steps on the bag. 3-1 on the putout, a nifty play by Gotay, getting the start at first base tonight. And Alfredo Marte will stand in. Marte, the left fielder, hitting at 258, 5 home runs, 14 RBIs. 1-0 Ducks, bottom of the first. And John Brownell looking for the 1-2-3 inning. In his last start, picked up the win against Sugar Land, went 8 1/3, 1 earned run, 7 hits, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Here's the windup in the pitch. Marte takes a called strike over the outside corner. A fastball, it's 0-1. Alfredo, those numbers I mentioned were with the York Revolution. He was traded today from York for future considerations. His Blue Crabs debut tonight. 0-1 pitch. Check swing. Strike called, and there at the knees with a slider. And Marte behind the count at 0-2. 2 outs, the bases are empty. 1-0 Long Island out in front. Outfielders shading towards right center field. Brownell into the wind, here's the pitch. Breaking ball, hit in the air to left field. Moving over to his left, Vega. It's shallow. Anthony now comes in a couple of steps, and he makes a one-hand catch to retire the side. Blue Crabs set down in order, 1-2-3 as we head to the top half of the second inning. It is Long Island 1, Southern Maryland 0. This is the Legal ID Shield Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
ID Shield is the best way to protect your identity. If you become a victim of identity theft, ID Shield spends up to $5 million to do everything that it can to restore your identity. ID Shield is dedicated to your safety. Their identity specialists are focused on protecting you. They provide you with the services that walk you through all the steps to protect yourself. ID Shield monitors all of your personal information from social security numbers, credit cards, and bank accounts. ID Shield monitors everything from your passport, email, phone numbers, driver's license information, and much more. ID Shield is the only company that is partnered with Kroll, the worldwide leader in theft investigative services. ID Shield partner with Kroll protects the identities of more than 1 million people in 50 states and 4 Canadian provinces. For more information, call 571-337-3588 or log on to www.legalshieldassociate.com/BowareMJ.
This is Jeremy Owens, manager of the Blue Crabs. Thanks for listening to Blue Crab Baseball. Now back to the game.
Ducks with a run in the top of the first as we head to the second. Long Island with a 1-0 lead. Thank you for being with us tonight on the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network. Grenning throwing 18 pitches back in that top of the first. 14 strikes, 4 balls. He will face the bottom 3 in the order: Gotay, Blank, and Wessinger. Rubin, switch hitter. He will climb in batting from the left side. Hitting at .281, 4 home runs, and 24 RBIs. Grenning off the first base edge, ready to go. Black glove right in front of the belt. He turns, kicks, and fires. Breaking ball, drops in, called strike, in at the knees. First time, by the way, that we are seeing Chris Engstrad, the home plate umpire, and he has a late strike call, so that's why there's that slight delay. I'm trying to figure out if it's a strike or not. Here's an 0-1. Fastball, a tad inside, and that lifts up the elbows of Gotay. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count. Ducks clinching the Liberty Division in the first half, earning themselves a playoff spot. 1-1 pitch. Fastball runs off the outside corner. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. It's Long Island's 5th first half title in franchise history, their last one back in 2012. They also earned their 11th postseason berth in 17 seasons of play. Next offering, lifted in the air, left center field, relatively deep. Going over to his left, though, is Marte. He's got a beat on it in the gap. And Alfredo makes a one-hand catch, 10 steps from the warning track. 1 out now for Mike Blank, 1-0 Ducks. We're in the top of the second inning. Blank, the catcher, is hitting at .238, 5 home runs, and he has driven in 26. Righty-on-righty matchup. All the infielders right now in shade as the sun sets off the first base side. The pitch. Fastball popped him up. Shallow left field. Garcia ranging back onto the outfield grass from short. He's calling, reaches up, and he makes a one-hand catch about 20 feet or so on the outfield grass. Quick and easy 2 outs for Brian Grenning. Nobody on, 1-0 Ducks as we play here in the top half of the second inning. Now Matt Wessinger will come to the plate. On the Atlantic League out-of-town scoreboard in the bottom of the third, the Bluefish with the 1-0 lead over the Bees at New Britain Stadium. 7:05 start, the York Revolution and the Sugarland Skeeters at Constellation Field. And in the top of the first inning at TD Bank Ballpark, those 2 teams, the Barnstormers and the Patriots, just underway. Wessinger hits from the right side, 204, 1 home run, 17 driven in. The windup from Grenning in the pitch. Breaking ball, drops in, a called strike at the belt. On the Major League Baseball out-of-town scoreboard, the Cubs and the Pirates are scoreless in that game in the top of the second. Angels and the Orioles playing tonight in Baltimore. 2-1 Angels lead, top second. The pitch, low and away. Scoreless game, Tigers and the Blue Jays bottom second. Marlins a 1-0 lead, bottom second over the Reds. Cleveland 4-0 lead over the Yankees in Cleveland, top half of the second inning. Red Sox 2-0 lead over the Rays, bottom of the first. Grenning into the windup, now the pitch. In tight towards the hands of Wessinger, who straightens the body up out of the way. 2 balls and 1 strike is the count. Nationals Mets ready to get underway. Twins Rangers 8:05 start, 8:10 start, Atlanta and Chicago. The pitch. Strike called at the knees. Oakland Houston an 8:10 start, Philadelphia Colorado an 8:10 start. 2 outs, nobody on, 1-0 Ducks. Top half of the second inning, Grenning off the first base edge of the rubber. He's into his motion, here's the pitch. Downstairs with a changeup. And now the count runs full to 3-2. Grenning has thrown 10 pitches here in the inning. He's into the windup, the pitch. Swinging a fly ball, golfed in the air to deep left center field. Myers going back on it, settles under on the outer rim of the warning track. Darby makes the catch near the alleyway in left center field. So the center fielder puts it away, and the Ducks are set down in order. 1, 2, 3. Moving on to the bottom half of the second inning, it is Long Island 1 and Southern Maryland 0. This is the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Hey Blue Crabs fans, join us at Regency Furniture Stadium on August 5th as your Southern Maryland Blue Crabs take on the York Revolution. It'll be Salute the Troop Night presented by Chick-fil-A of Charles County and the St. Charles Companies, as well as Craft Fair Night, Beach Party Night, and a firework extravaganza presented by PNC. The very next night on August 6th, the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs continue to take on the York Revolution for Southern Maryland Library Night presented by Southern Maryland Regional Library Association. It'll also be Urgent Care Night and a jersey auction presented by the University of Maryland Charles Regional Medical Center. For more information, log online to www.somdbluecrabs.com or call 301-638-9788.
Michael Snyder will start things here in the bottom of the second inning. Long Island out to a 1-0 lead here in Game 2 of this 4-game series. It'll be Snyder, Walton, and Wilson, 4, 5, 6, against the right-handed pitcher John Brownell. Works off the very edge of the third base side of the rubber. Here's the pitch. Fastball low and away. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Brownell set the Blue Crabs down in order, 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the first. John with the brown glove tucked in his left arm. He winds up. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball, a tad inside. Good eye by Snyder. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Michael hitting at .305. Tied for second in the league with 12 home runs. And he has driven in 26. He made his return to the starting lineup last night after he was reactivated a couple of days ago. Drove in a run with a single to right last night. The pitch. Swinging a fly ball, lifted in the air, deep left center field. Over to his right, stepping onto the warning track, Cleary Jr. And the center fielder makes a one-hand catch in the sunlight, 3 feet from the wall. Snyder, it sounded like he got that a little bit towards the end of the bat and just under it a tad. 1 gone for Jamar Walton. An all-star, like Snyder, by the way. Both guys will be representing the Blue Crabs along with Bryant Nelson, Cody Epley, and Brian Burris next week in the All-Star game in Lancaster. Walton bats from the left side. 1 out. Here's the pitch. Jamar looks it over. Called strike over the outer third. A fastball. 1-0 Ducks. Bottom of the second inning. Jamar hitting at .272. 8 home runs, 31 RBIs. The kick. Here's the pitch home. In the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count. Finishing up with the Major League Baseball out-of-town scoreboard, 8:10 start, St. Louis and Milwaukee. An 8:15 start for Seattle and Kansas City. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Walton ahead of a changeup. San Diego and Los Angeles, 10:10 start. Arizona, San Francisco, a 10:15 start. A ball and 2 strikes. Brownell kicks and fires home. Up high, a fastball. Very good life to it that time. Good velocity. As the count levels to 2-2. 19 pitches thrown up to this point by John as the outfielders shade towards right center. 2-2 offering. Swinging a broken bat looper towards the middle of the diamond, and the catch is made by Lyons with 2 hands. Directly behind second, moving to his left. The shortstop making that grab about a foot on the outfield grass. 2 outs, nobody on for Zach Wilson. Brownell, a veteran here in the Atlantic League in his 5th season with the Ducks. He spent 3 years in the Frontier League, a season in the Northern League, and 2 seasons in the American Association. He's been all over the place in professional baseball, but remember, he only spent 1 year of affiliated ball with the Phillies at their low A level. That was back in 2006. Wilson climbs in right side, hitting at .251. 8 home runs, 34 driven in. Ducks with a 1-0 lead, last of the second. Brownell turns, kicks, and fires. Swing and a miss, a tight slider. And by tight, I mean good spin to it. That pitch down the zone, Wilson swung right over. 0-1 is the count. Here's the windup and the pitch to the plate. In for a strike as that fastball dots the inside corner. And Wilson quickly behind the count at 0-2. Zach, speaking of the All-Star game, he was an All-Star last year. The windup, the 0-2. Breaking ball bounced foul of third. I think what really hurt Zach this year was the fact that he started the season 3 for 41, and he had to dig himself out of a hole. He is hitting .251. But up to this point last year, his numbers were about 20 points higher, at least in terms of batting average. 0-2. Inside, as that fastball backs Wilson off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count on a very nice evening here at Regency Furniture Stadium. Very comfortable. It was 96 degrees earlier today, this afternoon. We had a rain shower about an hour before the game. 1-2 pitch. Swinging a line drive out to short past the diving Lions as it kicks off his glove and rolls in the left center field for a hit. Vega fields it cleanly. Zach Wilson responsible for the first hit of the night for the Blue Crabs. Here's John DeZamba now. 1-0 Ducks, last of the second inning. Yeah, it rained about an hour before the game. The tarp was pulled on. But then it was pulled off about a half hour before the game. And we got started on time tonight. Zamba bats from the left side. Righty on lefty matchup with Wessinger, the third baseman, even with the bag. Wilson the lead at first. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Taken. A little bit high. A fastball. Into the mitt of Mike Blank. 1 ball, no strikes is the count. Ducks with a run on 2 hits. Blue Crabs with just 1 base runner on that hit by Wilson. He takes his lead off first base, held on by Gotay. Here's the set. The pitch on the way. Swung on, fouled back to the padded backstop. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Good crowd on hand here tonight. Good crowd expected tomorrow as well. There is fireworks tomorrow. The pitch. Inside at the knees with a fastball. And now it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Connor David is waiting to hit next. Wilson the lead off of first. 2-1 pitch. Swung on, tipped foul into the mid of Blank. And the count levels to 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Crabs have had their struggles this year with Long Island, just 2-9 against the Ducks. Currently on a small 2-game losing streak against Long Island. Brownell from the belt, looking for his first strikeout, he deals. Breaking ball a little bit high. And the count runs full to 3-2. Zach Wilson will have a head start. Zach with a 2-out single. He's at first, 1-0. Ducks out in front, last of the second inning. No wind right now at the ballpark. Sun setting over the first base side. Brownell sets from the belt. 3-2 pitch home, runner goes. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. That's the first strikeout for John Brownell. And it comes at the hands of John DeZamba. No runs, a hit, 1 man left. At the end of 2 innings of play, it is Long Island 1 and Southern Maryland nothing. This is the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Hey, Blue Crabs fans, join us at the ballpark on August 7th as your Southern Maryland Blue Crabs take on the York Revolution. It's Chick-fil-A Backfin Buddies Day number 7, Babies in Baseball, as well as pregame autograph sessions, kids play in Pinch's Playground for free, and post-game kids run the bases. After about a week off, the Blue Crabs come back to town on August 15th against the Bridgeport Bluefish for Bark in the Park presented by Perfect Pet Resort, as well as Dollar Hot Dog Night. And then on August 16th, it's Hearing Professional Silver Sluggers Day number 8, Shirt Off Your Back Clothing Drive, Thankful Tuesday, as well as free popcorn presented by RST Theaters Lexington Exchange for the first 500 fans. For more information, call 301-638-9788 or visit www.somdbluecrabs.com.
Moving on to the top of the third inning here at Regency Furniture Stadium. Long Island with the 1-0 lead as Anthony Vega scored the only run of the game. Will lead things off. It'll be Vega, Lentini, and Cleary Jr. Glad you're with us tonight on the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network. Gretting, his third inning of work. Here's the windup and the pitch. Vega squares, pulls back, and takes high. 1 ball and no strikes. An off-speed pitch that time missing. As Vega singled his first time. He stole second, reached third on the error by Connor David, the catcher. The windup and the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Good off-speed pitch. Vega well out in front. That was about a 3/4 type swing right there. Grenning 21 strikes thrown. 31 pitches in total. The pitch. He squares. Vega does and pops it foul straight back over the screen and out of play. And now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. By the way, I mentioned that the Ducks have the 9-2 advantage for Southern Maryland this year. 1-2 pitch. In tight, and that got a piece of Vega, who was hit by a pitch last night. Piece of his jersey, or the right side of his body, near his rib cage. And he is a leadoff base runner. The 2 wins this year for Southern Maryland back on the 15th of May and the 11th of June. That was the night, by the way, here at Regency Furniture Stadium where Tim Sexton did a phenomenal job on the mound. Leadoff man is on, top of the third, 1-0 Ducks. And that guy, that leadoff man, very good speed, tendency to run. Now has 16 stolen bases on the year. Here's Lentini. Phelan hits from the right side with an inside target. Grenning kicks and fires. Swung on, grounded to short. Garcia's got it. Sidearms to second one. Nazamba's turn on to first. The stretch by Wilson. And it is in time. 6-4-3 double play. Vega erased off the base paths. 2 gone. The bases are cleared. Here's Delta Cleary Jr. Top of the third inning. 1-0 Long Island has the lead. Delta Cleary Jr., as I mentioned, with 4 hits last night. Became the third Duck with 4 hits in a game this year, joining Dan Lyons, who's done so 3 times, and Lentini, who has 1 4-hit game. The pitch. And Delta, switch hitter batting left, looks at a changeup low and away. He popped out his first time up in foul territory to Zach Wilson. Cleary Jr. has reached base safely in 9 consecutive games going back to June 28th. 1-0. Takes here. Strike over the inside corner. During the streak, he's hitting .355 with 5 RBIs, 6 runs, and 5 walks. Slightly open stance. Bat wiggles behind the helmet. The pitch. Swinging a hot shot to short. Gloved on one. Bounce on the backhand by Garcia. He straightens up and sidearms to first for the out. Easy 1-2-3 inning for Brian Grenning, who's now retired 7 straight. And his second consecutive 1-2-3 inning as we head to the bottom of the third. Ducks with a 1-0 lead. This is the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Legal issues can mean trouble for anyone. No matter how much money you have, Legal Shield can help with a range of legal services. Legal Shield believes in educating and serving their members to improve their lives. Legal Shield partners with providing law firms across the United States and 4 provinces in Canada to help you with any issue you can think of. For more information, contact Marcellus and Jeanette Boweir at 571-337-3588 or log on to www.legalshieldassociate.com/Boweir MJ.
This is Cody Eppley, and you're listening to Blue Crabs Baseball on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Connor David will start things bottom of the third. Long Island in 1-0 lead. Their run back in the top of the first. Brownell, the right-hander, deals home. Swung on, chopped foul, first base side over the on-deck circle. 0-1 is the count to Connor David, hitting at 143. Blue Crabs tonight with the Star Wars jerseys on. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, bends in. A little bit low, though. And out of the zone, 1 ball and 1 strike. Just below the knees. So tomorrow will be Star Wars night, by the way. A jersey auction as well. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Swung on, lifted in the air, foul off third, back behind the bag as it peels out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count, with Darby Myers waiting to hit next, and he'll be followed by Eric Garcia. Off the third base edge, Brownell into the wind. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. That one in the dirt, blank with the scoop, and he tags out David. The second strikeout for John Brownell here in the game. 1 gone for Darby Myers. 1-0 Ducks. We're in the bottom of the third. .75, 4 home runs, and 29 RBIs. Myers 1 for 3 last night. The windup and the pitch home. Swing and a miss. He was late on a fastball. He comes into tonight's game, though, having hit safely in 19 of his last 21 games. A .466 batting average over that time span. 3 home runs, 17 RBIs. Also on a 9-game hitting streak. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul back to the screen. And now it's 0-2. He's been a hot hitter and a guy you can bat really anywhere in the lineup. Batting in the leadoff spot. He's batted third, and now tonight he's batting ninth. And that's because of his speed, because when he gets on, he's a threat to run. 0-2 pitch home to the plate. Swung on, lifted in the air to shallow center. It's falling quickly and down in front of Cleary Jr. for a base hit. Delta came sprinting in, but was unable to make that play. That blue hit for Darby Myers. And he now has a 10-game hitting streak, and he's hit safely in 20 of his last 22 games. Blue Crabs with 2 hits. Eric Garcia will bat. 1 on, 1 out. 1-0 Long Island with the lead. Eric Garcia flew out to right his first time up. Left-handed batter against John Brownell. John 6'3", 215 pounds, from Omaha, Nebraska. Quick toss over to first, and Myers back with a head-first dive. Darby, by the way, 15 stolen bases this year in 20 attempts. Cleary Jr., the center fielder, shaded towards left center field. Here's the set position. Pitch on the way. Swung on, chopped foul of first. And it's 0-1. Southern Maryland coming in looking to break a 7-game losing streak. Started last weekend in New Britain. Brownell sets with an outside target. 0-1 pitch. Swinging a fly ball into shallow left. Vega moving in and to his right towards the line. Anthony makes the catch, and Myers scampers back to first. Now with 2 outs, here's Bryant Nelson to try to keep the inning alive. Long Island with a 1-0 lead. Speaking of which, Anthony Vega scoring that run in the top of the first. Nelson grounded out to the first baseman Gotay his first time up. Here's the set position from Brownell. Kicks and delivers. Striker of the outer third. Myers with that 1-out single. Brownell 2 strikeouts here in the game.
Let's go, Brett! Let's go!
John has thrown 41 pitches. 0-1 home. Swung on, hooked high in the air, off first, peeling foul. And out of play.
Straighten that out.
Now it's 0-2 as Nelson was well ahead of a changeup. Guy on deck, Alfredo Marte. He was picked up today in a trade from York for future considerations. Takes his practice cuts in the on-deck circle on the third base side. 0-2. Nelson swings and lines one into right center field. That's down for a hit. Lentini plays it on one bounce. Myers stops at second. Blue Crabs with 2 hits in the inning. They've got something going first and second. Down 1-0 here in the bottom of the third. Now it'll be Alfredo Marte. Fans come out to Regency Furniture Stadium August 19th as the Blue Crabs take on the New Britain Bees. It's Nationals Night presented by Applebee's with an appearance from Bob Boone. For tickets, call 301-638-9788 or log on to somdbluecrabs.com. Marte flew out to left his first time up and his first at bat in a Blue Crabs uniform. Here's the pitch. Wave and a miss at a slider. And it's 0-1. 2 outs, 1-0. Long Island with the lead, bottom half of inning number 3. Myers with the lead off of second base. Nelson with the lead off of first. Here's the set from the belt. The 0-1 pitch. Low and away, a slider missing, and a backhand pick by Blank. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count. Brownell from the belt, the pitch. Breaking ball, cued on the ground foul, first base side. It's a ball and 2 strikes to Alfredo Marte. Guy who I would think would provide a lot of outfield help, whether it be offensively or defensively, for Southern Maryland. A team that this year, with their manager Jeremy Owens at times being activated, a team that has struggled to keep guys on the field in terms of outfielders. The pitch. Downstairs with a fastball, and it's 2-2. 1-0 Long Island, bottom of the third inning. Brownell off the third base edge of the rubber. Outfielders play straight away. Checking the runner at second base, 2-2. Swung on, bounced weakly towards second. Puckett charges into the baseline, scooping, and throws on to first for the out. A weakly hit bounce out by Alfredo Marte. Blue Crabs with 2 hits, leaving 2 runners on, one of them in scoring position. At the end of 3 innings of play, it is Long Island 1 and Southern Maryland 0. This is the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
ID Shield, a division of Legal Shield, continues the mission of providing identity protection to more than 1 million people in 50 states and 4 Canadian provinces. Teamed with Kroll, no other company combines the expertise of the most knowledgeable identity protection specialists in the industry. The team of dedicated individuals does whatever it takes for as long as it takes to keep you and your family safe. For more information, log on to www.legalshieldassociate.com/BowareMJ or contact Marcellus and Jeanette Boware at 571-337-3588.
Moving on to the top half of the 4th inning here at Regency Furniture Stadium. 1-0 Long Island out in front. Their run back in the top of the first. Anthony Vega scoring on a wild pitch uncorked by Brian Grenning. Run on 2 hits for the Ducks. Blue Crabs with 3 hits and 1 error committed. They've left 3 runners on here tonight, and one of those guys in scoring position. Cody Puckett will start things 4-5-6. Puckett, Lyons, and Minicozy against Brian Grenning, working off the first base edge of the rubber. Lights on here at the ballpark. A clear night. Here's the pitch. Change up, in for a strike at the knees over the inside. And it's 0-1 to Cody Puckett, who last year with the Ducks hit .353 during the postseason. Running into the windup, the 0-1 pitch. Low and away. He was selected as the second baseman on the end of the season All-Star team. Puckett, an 8th rounder by the Reds in 2008. The windup in the pitch. Fastball, popped up. Foul off first. Wilson circling into foul territory. Right next to the bag. Zach makes a 2-hand catch. One out here in the top of the 4th inning. 1-0 Long Island. And Dan Lyons will come to the plate. Grenning making his 2nd start of the season. 27th appearance. He comes into tonight's start having struck out 18 hitters and walking just 5 guys in 6 outings. Lyons singling his first time, 1 of 2 hits for the Ducks. We're up 1-0 here in Game 2 of this 4-game series. The windup in the pitch. Outside with a slider. Last year, Grenning made 19 starts in 28 appearances for Southern Maryland. He went 4-9 with a 4.49 ERA. Grenning into the wind. Here's a 1-0. And for a strike at the knees, a slider spins in. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count. Lyons, a 14th round draft pick by the Nationals in 07. Grenning kicks and fires. Check swing. The appeal. And Silvio Martinez Jr., the first base umpire, says no swing as he stretches out the arms, signifying just that. 2 balls and 1 strike is the count. Lyons hit .301 last year in 131 games played with the Ducks. Here's the pitch home. Breaking ball. Bends in, a called strike over the outer third. Here's what's encouraging about Lyons, a guy who struck out last year 65 times, but he walked 48 times. He's a very patient hitter. That's what that tells me. And he really doesn't strike out all that much. Good number 5 hitter in this league. Here's the pitch. A swing and a fly ball lifted in the air to left center field, relatively deep. Myers back into his right. Darby settles under and makes a 2-hand catch 3 steps from the warning track. So the center fielder puts it away, and there's 2 outs here in this top of the 4th inning. Long Island in 1-0 lead. Bases are cleared for Mark Minicozy, who ripped a home run over the wall in left center field last night. His 2nd in as many nights. He homered in his debut on Tuesday. Bangs the cleats off with the white bat. Straightaway stance. Grenning off the first base edge. Here's the windup in the pitch. Swing and a miss and a changeup. Grenning really pulled the string on Minicozy. 0-1 to Mark, 33-year-old. He's from Wayne, Pennsylvania. He was selected by the Giants in the 17th round of the 05 draft from East Carolina University. Takes the next offering, a slider low and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count with 2 outs. Nobody on base, top of the 4th. Long Island with a 1-0 lead. Outfielders play deep all the way around. Running off the first base edge. Lights on, baby blue sky up above. The pitch. Foul back into the screen. One ball, 2 strikes is the count. 2 outs. Grinding into the wind. The pitch home. Fastball, popped him up. Left side of the infield, Nelson coming in onto the grass from third. He calls and makes an easy 2-hand catch about a quarter of the way home. Inning over, and Brian Grenning has really settled in after giving up that run in the first inning. He is now retired. 10 straight hitters going back to when there was 2 outs in that top of the first. At the end of 3.5 innings of play, it is Long Island 1 and Southern Maryland nothing. This is the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Blue Crabs fans, is your brand, business, or organization looking to increase exposure and gain new and diverse consumers in this Southern Maryland market? Look no further than the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs and Regency Furniture Stadium. Our business partners are afforded unparalleled access to our consumer base of fans from attractive and potentially lucrative demographics with disposable income. Call today at 301-374-1133 for more information or to set up a consultation.
Of land out in the countryside, lay back and smell the sun, warm up the Georgia pie. Feels so good to be taking it easy. Why would I ever leave? 'Cause I know I got some good friends that live down the street. Got a good...
This is Justin Berg. Thanks for listening to Blue Crabs Baseball. Now back to the game.
Michael Snyder will lead things off. Bottom of the fourth inning, Brownell kicks and fires. Low and away with a slider. That's 1 ball and no strikes. Snyder, followed by Walton and Wilson. Michael, the number 4 hitter, flew out to center his first time. Ducks with a 1-0 lead. A run on 2 hits. Blue Crabs with 3 hits. 3 runners left on. Here's the windup and the pitch home. Swing and a miss. A changeup. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count. Brownell now with 35 strikes thrown, 15 balls, a pitch count of 50. John spent the entire season last year with Long Island. Led the Atlantic League and set a franchise record with 146 strikeouts. Here's the pitch. Swinging a hot shot, deep short, moving to his right is Lyons. He's in front of it scooping and fires to first for the out. Brownell had a real good year last year. He was tied for the league in wins with 12, complete games with 4, innings pitched. In total going 12-6, 3.38 ERA in 26 games and 26 starts. In fact, he was the Atlantic League Pitcher of the Year, and he was chosen at the end of the year as the starting pitcher on the end of the season All-Star team. Walton the batter, and he swings, nubs it foul right around the home plate area. 0-1 is the count, 1-0 Long Island. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Walton looping out to the shortstop Lyons his first time as Dan made that catch directly behind second. Outfielders play straight away. Brownell into the wind. Here's the pitch home. Swing and a miss. And there was an off speed. Walton well out in front. 0-2. Brownell off the very edge of that third base side of the rubber. Kicks and delivers. Swinging a line drive into left. That's down for a base hit. Walton sprays it the other way. Blue Crabs now with 4 hits. 1 on 1 out for Zach Wilson. Well, 1-0 Ducks. We're in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Wilson singled his first time up. Zach 1 for 4 with an RBI last night, make it 2 RBIs last night, as he singled off the mini monster in left. Righty on righty matchup now as Walton takes his lead off first. The pitch. Swing and a ground ball back to Brownell, knocks it down, picks it up, throws to second for 1. Lions turn on to first, and that's in time. A double play, 1-6-3. Blue Crabs are down here in the bottom of the 4th. No runs, a hit. And nobody left on base at the end of 4 innings of play. Long Island 1 and Southern Maryland nothing. This is the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network. Blue Crabs fans, great seats are still available. Group tickets start as low as $10 per person. We also offer very affordable luxury suites and picnic area packages. For more information, log on to somdbluecrabs.com or call 301-638-9788.
If you can't make it to the park, you can listen to every Blue Crabs home game
on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
This is Jeremy Owens, manager of the Blue Crabs. Thanks for listening to Blue Crab Baseball. Now back to the game.
Top half of the fifth inning here at Regency Furniture Stadium. Long Island with a 1-0 lead. They're run back in the top of the first inning. Brian Grenning finishes up his warm-up tosses. He's retired the last 10 hitters that he has faced. He has really settled in now. I remember last year this was the time where he would really start to struggle. Second or third time through the order. Bottom three in the order, and it'll be Gotay, Blank, and Wessinger. Rubin flew out to left his first time up. Switch hitter batting from the left side against Brian Grenning, who's got 2 strikeouts here in the game. Works off the first base edge. Grenning in total 49 pitches thrown tonight. Here's the pitch. Swung on, popped foul, back behind the plate. David rips off the mask and watches it sail over the screen out of play. 0-1 is the count to Ruben Gotay. Ruben, 5'11", 175 pounds. He's from Puerto Rico. Open stance left side. Here's the pitch home. Fastball runs down and away. 1-1 strike is the count now. Grenning selected by the Indians in the 38th round of the 08 draft. Delivers home a swing and a fly ball hooked high in the air along the right field line. Over to his left and crossing into foul territory with room is Walton. And Jamar makes a one-hand catch up against the side wall. One out for Mike Blank. 1-0 Long Island with the lead here in the top of the fifth inning. Running in his 9th professional season. You got Blank to pop out to the shortstop Garcia in shallow left back in the second inning. Righty on righty matchup. Now the windup and the pitch home. Downstairs with a fastball. And it's 1 and no strikes. Grenning cleans off his cleats. Wipes the sweat off his brow. Ducks with their run in the top of the first inning. Being out hit by the Blue Crabs, by the way, 4-2. Blank open stance, knees bent. The windup in the pitch. Slider low and away. 2 balls and no strikes. The one thing here with Grenning tonight, he's really gotten ahead of hitters. And he's worked off his off-speed pitches very well, too. 2-0. Low outside, 3-0. Blank on that last homestand, 6 for 26 with a double in RBI. He's in his second season with Long Island. His contract was purchased by the Red Sox from the Ducks in May of 2015. 3-0. Blank swings and lines it foul down the left field side and into the crowd. Now it's 3 balls and 1 strike with 1 out, 1-0. Long Island with the lead here in the top of the fifth. Grenning turns, kicks, fires. Up and away. That's ball 4, and Grenning walks his first hitter of the night. That breaks a streak of 11 straight hitters retired. There's Matt Wessinger now. He flew out to center his first time up. Back in the second, 1-0 Long Island with the lead here tonight in Game 2 of this 4-game series. Game 3 tomorrow, 6:35 first pitch on the air with you with Blue Crabs on deck at 6 o'clock. Grenning off the first base edge of the rubber, peering in at his catcher Connor David. Coming set, belt high. Here's the pitch. Fastball lined, just foul. Outside the chalk, down the left field side, and Kevin Baez, the manager, staring in at home plate umpire Chris Engstrand. Wanting an explanation right there. It just missed being fair by inches. 0-1 is the count to Wessinger, the third baseman. Last time the Ducks were actually here at Regency Furniture Stadium, he was playing a little bit of shortstop as well. That's 6 foot, 190 pounds from Liverpool, New York. 0-1. Swing and a miss. He was behind on a fastball. Now it's 0-2. Good pitch there from Brian Grenning. That fastball with good movement to it. Blank walked. He's over at first base. He's not attempted any stolen bases this year. Zach Wilson holding him on as Mike takes about a 2-step lead. Grenning sets. Here's the pitch to the plate. Low and away with a slider. And that's ball 1. Grenning is, I would think, considered a veteran in this league. I mean, he pitched for Lancaster in 2013 and 2014 as well, last year with the Blue Crabs. His 4th season here in this league. Pitch home. Up high with a breaking ball that just didn't break. And a good eye by Wessinger. Pretty good at bat here as the count levels to 2-2. So Grenning has thrown 38 strikes, 23 balls, and 61 pitches in total.
Let's go, turn 2.
Off the first base edge. Set, belt high, outside target. 2-2 pitch home. Fastball lifted in the air to center field, medium depth. Myers back a couple of steps on it. Now he comes in a couple and makes a 2-hand catch. Blank back to first. Top of the order here is Anthony Vega. Nearly 10 million Americans have their identity stolen each year. ID Shield prevents you from becoming just another statistic. For more information, contact Marcellus and Jeanette Boulware at 571-337-3588 or log on to LegalShieldAssociate.com/BoulwareMJ. That is LegalShieldAssociate.com/BoulwareMJ. Anthony Vega, 1 out of 2. He singled in the first and stole second base, reached third on the error by David, and later scored on a wild pitch. Grenning, despite giving up that walk, has retired 12 of the last 13 hitters that he has faced. Blank with that small lead over at first, 1-0 Long Island, top of the 5th. Grenning from the belt, pitch to the plate, outside with a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes is the count. Grenning set to the belt with an outside target. 1-0 pitch. A little bit low. 2-0 to the former Blue Crab Anthony Vega, who spent some time here last year. He was traded to Southern Maryland for future considerations and then traded back to Long Island. So basically he was kind of a rental for a month and a half or so. 2-0 pitch. Down and in. 3-0. Guy who played his college baseball at Manhattan College. Orioles selected him in the 34th round back in the 2012 draft. 3-0, 2 outs, 1-0. Long Island out in front, top of the 5th. Blank the lead at first, the pitch. And first strike at the knees as Vega looks it over. Fastball, 3-1. Velant Lentini is waiting to hit next. Grenning sets the belt. 3-1 pitch. Tipped foul back to the padded backstop. So it's now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Blank will have a head start heading to second. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1-0 Ducks, top of the 5th. Running sets from the belt. Runner breaks the pitch. Down and in, ball 4. Grenning walks the second guy of the night. Nobody loosening, by the way, down the left field line in the bullpen. It's still relatively early for Grenning. Brian in total tonight now, 68 pitches thrown. Here is Velant Lentini. Not the guy you want to face, too, with runners at first and second. And 2 outs as Jeremy Owens will head out to the mound here. And he will talk things over with Grenning as the Ducks have a threat similar to what they had in the top of the first. They scored that run, Anthony Vega, in the top of the first, up 1-0. They're being out hit by the Blue Crabs 4-2. Manager Jeremy Owens had the dugout on the third base side, remaining positive through what has been a very turbulent season at that. 26 wins for the Blue Crabs, 47 losses. 21 games under 500, a league worst. And they're 0-4 here in second half play. So Lentini will climb in right side. He's 0 for 2. He's popped out to the second baseman, the Zamba, and he's grounded into a 6-4-3 double play. Grenning from the belt, checks the runner at second. 2 outs. Here's the pitch home. Swinging a fly ball along the left field line, relatively deep, hooking foul. And out of play. 0-1 is the count to Lentini. Coming into the game, 98 hits, good for first in the Atlantic League. In his second season with Long Island, he was signed by the Astros as an amateur free agent way back in 2001. Lentini from Sonoma, California. One nothing Ducks. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Blank walked, and 2 batters later, Vega walked. Those are the runners on base right now. Blank the lead runner, Vega the trail runner. 2 outs. Outside target, check of the runner. Here's the pitch. Slider, a little bit outside. Then it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Running sets, checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a change. David the scoop on that pitch in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Velant Lentini, who gathers himself outside the right-handed batter's box. Kids playing basketball, I see, beyond the wall in left center. Good crowd on hand here tonight, and a good crowd expected tomorrow as well. I think some were chased away by the thunderstorms. Lentini stepping out, takes a practice cut. Hit to the outfield here. And, well, I'll say this. A hit to right field. Blank should be able to score. He's not the fastest guy out there. Myers and Marte with good arms in center field and left field, respectively. Grenning sets at the belt. Inside target. Checks the runner at second. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded off the end of the bat. Right side to Zamba to his left. He slides, and it pops over his glove into right field. Blank around third. He will score. Walton bobbles the baseball. Vega racing around third. He will score. The throw goes into second base, and it is now 3-0 Long Island. It'll be a hit for Lentini, an RBI single, and that run scoring on the error, I would think, by Jamar Walton. Lentini with RBI number 38 on the year. Grenning running into trouble here in this top of the 5th inning. No error put up just yet, but I think that would be an error on Walton because that allowed Vega to score. Anthony scored all the way from first base. That's how fast he is. Here's Delta Cleary Jr. now. He is 0 for 2 here in the game. 3-0 Long Island, and it will be an error on Jamar Walton. Again, he just bobbled the baseball. Jamar with his 4th error committed this year. Cleary Jr., switch hitter batting left, the pitch. Runner goes, pitch inside. David's throw to second is high and wide to the right field side of the bag, and Lentini dives in head first safely. Melant with stolen base number 23 on the year. Ranks in the top 5 in the Atlantic League in that category as well. Blue Crabs with 2 errors committed in the field tonight. 3-0 Ducks. We're in the top of the 5th inning. The on-deck hitter is Cody Puckett. Renning sets, belt high, checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Swing and a ball poked foul out of play left side. One ball and 1 strike is the count. Renning sets at the belt, checks the runner at second base. Here's the pitch. Swung on, tapped up the first base line, hits the lip of the grass, and rolls foul. Cleary Jr. out in front of that off-speed pitch. Ducks coming in with a record of 42-31, 2-1 here in second half play. And they come in having won 5 of their last 6 games. Running off the first base edge. Steps off the backside of the rubber here. 2 runs in for the Ducks, leading it 3-0. Top of the 5th inning. Renning checks the runner at second base. The pitch to the plate. In the dirt, that kicks to the right of Connor David. Lentini moves up to third, takes a turn around the base. Renning there to cover home plate just in case. And that'll be a wild pitch. Renning was rolling along, by the way. He retired at one point in this inning alone, 12 of 13 hitters, up into when he walked Mike Blank, who later scored on the RBI single by Lentini. Vega scored on the error by Jamar Walton. And Vega, by the way, walked. Only 1 hit in the inning for the Ducks. That was Lentini's RBI single. 2-2 is the count. Nobody loosening. Down the left field line, the bullpen. Grenning has thrown 76 pitches.
Let's go, Blue Crabs!
Nelson plays well off the line at third. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a line drive down the right field line. It's fair. Rolling towards the corner. Walton will dig it out. Lentini scores from third. Cleary Jr. steps on second. He's on his way to third. DeZamba's relay throw to the bag is well late. And Cleary Jr. a stand-up triple. Ducks with a 4-0 lead. That's the second 3-bagger of the year for Delta Cleary Jr. and the Ducks. Quite frankly, at this point, just making it look easy. 4-0 Long Island. The Blue Crabs right now are flat. There's no doubt about that. Cleary Jr. with his 16th run driven in this year. And now the batter is Cody Puckett as the inning is kept alive. 2 outs. 3 runs in. We're in the top of the 5th inning, and the bullpen begins to stir for Southern Maryland. I mentioned it coming into this inning that Brian Grenning, usually second or third time through the order, he struggles a little bit. First offering is tipped foul off of the left arm, it looks like. Maybe the left forearm of home plate umpire Chris Engstrad. Oh, 0-1 to Puckett, who struck out swinging back in the first, but reached the first base bag on a wild pitch, and he later fouled out to the first baseman, Zach Wilson. Puckett adjusts the black batting gloves, climbing back in there on the right side. 5'10", 195-pounder from Apple Valley, California. Running from the belt. Here's the pitch home. Swing and a miss. A high fastball. Now it's 0-2. Ian Marshall has begun throwing down the left field line in the bullpen for Southern Maryland. Running off the first base edge. He comes set at the belt with an inside target. 0-2 pitch. Up high with a fastball. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Running from the belt. The kick and the 1-2. Up high. That wasn't even close with a fastball. Granting is all out of rhythm. 2-2 with 2 outs. 4-0 Long Island. 3 runs in here in the top of the 5th inning. Running first base edge. Sets the belt. 2-2 pitch home. In the dirt, smothered by David. Now the count runs full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Granting has pitched better this year on the road, at least record-wise, 3-1 on the road rather than at home at 0-2. Now his ERA is lower here at home at 3.05 rather than on the road at 5.09. Granting with an ERA coming into his start tonight of 1.59, by the way, against Long Island. 2 outs, 3-2. Swinging a fly ball, left center field deep. Myers racing back to his right. Darby reaching up, makes a one-hand catch, stepping onto the warning track in the alleyway. The side is retired as the speedy Darby Myers runs that one down. 2 walks in the inning, 3 runs on 2 hits, 1 Blue Crabs error, 1 man left at third. Heading to the bottom of the 5th, it is Long Island 4 and Southern Maryland nothing. This is the Legal ID Shield Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Since 2013, over 1 billion records have been compromised right here in our great nation. ID Shield's comprehensive identity protection service monitors for all signs of criminal activity and gives you all the resources you need to keep your identity secure from fraud. For just $9.95 per month, ID Shield provides unlimited consultation, complete monitoring, and a $5 million service guarantee. For more information, contact Marcellus and Jeanette Bower at 571-337-3588 or log on to www.legalshieldassociate.com/BowerMJ.
This is Scott Snodgrass, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
John DeZamba will start things here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Blue Crabs down 4-0. Ducks with a run in the first, then 3 in the 5th. Crabs with a couple of errors committed here tonight. Each team with 4 hits. It'll be DeZamba, David, and Myers. Bottom 3 in the order against John Brownell. Here's the windup in the pitch. DeZamba takes a called strike in at the knees with a changeup. And it is 0-1. DeZamba struck out swinging his first time, one of 2 strikeouts tonight for Brownell. Working off the very edge of the third base side of the rubber, he deals. Breaking ball bends a little bit high. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Ian Marshall loosening down the left field line in the bullpen. Here's the kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss. DeZamba right over a breaking ball. And it is 0-2. Sun is set over the first base side. Lights are on. Nice sky up above. Brownell works quickly, the 1-2. Fastball fouled back into the screen. And the count holds at 1-2. So while Grenning has struggled a little bit here tonight, I would say about 2 innings. The first and the 5th was really when he struggled. Brownell is kind of rolling along here. John into the wide. Here's a 1-2 pitch. In the dirt. And now the count levels at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Blue Crabs coming in having lost 7 straight games. 26-47, 0-4 here in second half play. The windup, the 2-2 pitch. Beaten into the ground, foul at the plate. DeZamba with a big cut right there. As the count remains 2-2. Southern Maryland coming in having lost 7 straight. They've lost 11 of their last 12 games to Liberty Division opponents. 2-2 on the way. In the dirt. And DeZamba, the Buffalo, New York native, runs the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes. The guy who the other night, I think I might have mentioned it on the air, he was actually grilling on July 4th before the game, and he was grilling after the game as well. I think he was grilling hamburgers before the game and hot dogs after the game. 4-0 Long Island, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good changeup. And down goes DeZamba, the 3rd strikeout of the night for Brownell. One out, nobody on for Connor David, 4-0. Long Island out in front. Game 2 of this 4-game series. We're in the bottom of the 5th. David, a left-handed hitter, struck out swinging his first time up. The hits tonight are scattered for Southern Maryland throughout the lineup. Here's the pitch. Swing and a fly ball into shallow center field. Cleary Jr. coming on. He won't get there as it drops down onto the grass for a base hit. The 5th hit of the night for Southern Maryland. And here's Darby Myers, 1-on-1 out, 4-0. Long Island out in front. Myers singled his first time back in the 3rd inning.
Now the Blue Crabs are actually out hitting the Ducks 5-4, but they've yet to put a run on the board, despite the fact that they have 1 more hit.
And the Blue Crabs also tonight, by the way, have left 3 runners on, and one of them in scoring position. Here's the pitch. In for a strike over the outside corner. Myers, with that single back in the 3rd, he has now hit safely in now 20 of his last 22 games. Right-handed batter with an open stance, 0-1. Low and away with an off speed. And now it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Darby now also on a 10-game hitting streak. He's 8 for 15, including his single tonight here on this homestand. 1-1 pitch. Tipped foul back to the padded backstop. I think you can make the case that Darby could easily be an all-star if he has played the entire year with Southern Maryland. Now, Darby made his debut the same day he signed on May 2nd. So I think that hurt him a little bit, but he has put together a stretch here the last month or so to where I think he deserves an all-star appearance. Next offering, a ground ball to short. Easy play, Lyons scoops. Shovels to second 1. The turn on to first, and that is a double play. 6-4-3 double play, and the inning is over. No runs, a hit, and nobody left. At the end of 5 innings of play, it is Long Island 4 and Southern Maryland, nothing. This is the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Hey Blue Crab fans, come out to Regency Furniture Stadium on July 2nd when the Blue Crabs take on the Long Island Ducks for Southern Maryland Library Night, presented by Southern Maryland Regional Library Association.
That same night, calling all wrestling fans, come down to meet Mickey James on Wrestler Night.
Come support the Blue Crabs and join us for the Paint the Park Night and our jersey auction on July 23rd, presented by University of Maryland Charles Regional Medical Center. Be sure to stay for our fireworks extravaganza show following directly after the last out of the game, presented by Sonic.
If you like wine and like to paint, you will love Art at the Park, featuring wine and design. Also on July 24th, it's our 6th Backbend Buddies Day, presented by Chick-fil-A. Kids play free in Pitch's Playground and can run the bases post-game. For tickets and more information, log on to somdbluecrabs.com or call 301-638-9788. Ian Marshall is the new pitcher heading to the top half of the 6th inning here at Regency Furniture Stadium. 4-0 Long Island. Marshall is on relief for Brian Grenning, who went 5 innings tonight, allowing 4 hits, a couple of runs. He walked a guy and struck out 2. He struggled a little bit in the first and a little bit in the 5th as well, but remember the Blue Crabs committing 2 errors tonight, 1 in the 1st and 1 in the 5th. Those innings, the Ducks went on to score a run in the 1st, and then, of course, 3 runs last inning. So now it is Ian Marshall, the right-hander, 2-0, 4.36 ERA, 6th appearance, 10 the 3rd innings pitched, 7 walks, 7 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .349. It'll be Dan Lyons to start things, followed by Mark Minicozy and Ruben Gotay. Lyons 1 out of 2 with a single back in the 1st. Ducks come in having won 5 of their last 6, the best record in the Atlantic League at 42-31 and 2-1 here in second half play. Lyons climbs in right side. Marshall off of the first base edge. Here's the windup and the pitch. Outside just a tad, and that's ball 1. Long Island this year, by the way, 18-6. Against the Freedom Division. Wind up in the 1-0. Swinging a fly ball into right center field. It's deep and over the head of Jamar Walton, rolling into the alleyway and to the base of the wall. Lyons steps on second. He's on his way to third, and he will get there safely standing without a play. Dan Lyons with triple number 2 on the year. And with the Ducks up 4-0, they've got another runner 90 feet away. 5 hits now for Long Island as Mark Minicozy will stand in. He is 0 for 2 in the game. Mark with a home run on Tuesday and a home run last night. And a good job, by the way, by Dan Lyons going the other way with that pitch, ripping it into right center field. Here's the set. Infielders come in. The pitch. Breaking ball, a tad inside. And that's ball 1. The final line, by the way, tonight for Brian Grenning. 5 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Norberto Susini is now behind the plate defensively, taking over for Connor David. The pitch. In tight with a fastball. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. And, you know, we talked about it earlier in the game. The one thing with Grenning is that once that second or third time through the order hits, he seems to struggle. When he's a starter, anyway. Slider down and away on the next offering, and it's 3-0. Ruben Gotay is waiting to hit next. Marshall from the belt. Here's the pitch. Downstairs, 4-pitch walk. Ducks with a chance to crack this thing open here. Up 4-0 in the top of the 6th. You know, Michaela, I've heard that before, where hitters have told me that it's a lot easier to hit from like innings 5 on here at this ballpark, and I'm not sure why it's so hard for them to hit earlier in the game. I don't know if it's the shadows or what, but you saw tonight the shadows were covering the home plate area and also the mound too.
It might have to do with that, the way the stadium is facing when the sun is going down, and we have these evening games, because you do see that oftentimes in the Blue Crabs home games, the visiting team struggles a little bit up until the 4th or 5th inning, and that's when they really start tacking on runs.
Gotay takes a strike. He's 0 for 2 in the game. Here's an 0-1. Down and in. And a smothering block by the new catcher, Susini. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count. I wondered if I always wondered this too, and this was the case last year. There were some white signs out in left center field. Right-handed hitters, I think, have from what I've been told, the most problems hitting here at this ballpark early. But my point is that, again, Grenning at one point retired 12 straight, or I should say 11 straight. Next offering, down and in, and Susini with a backhand pick, and then he kind of struggled in the 5th inning and was pulled after 5 innings of work tonight, currently in line for the loss. And again, that was the 3rd time through the order. 2-1 is the count. 4-0 Ducks. Top of the 6th inning. Marshall sets at the belt. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball, served in the air to deep left field. Marte ranging back, gets turned around, reaches up, and it's over his glove as it bangs off the mini monster. Lyons scores from third. Minicozy into second base. And scampering, or I should say third base, scampering into second base is Gotay. And the Ducks add to their lead. It is now 5-0. Remember, it is very short from home plate to left field. Only 310 down that left field line. And Gotay peppers it off that Grill 13 mini monster. For Ruben, that is double number 10 on the year, RBI number 25. Here's Mike Blank. The pitch. Down and away. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Ducks with a 5-0 lead. Blank walked and scored a run back in the 5th. He's 0 for 1. Fielders coming up. The pitch. Strike called. In there at the knees with a curveball. On the out-of-town scoreboard tonight in the Atlantic League, he's a 5-2 lead over the Bluefish, top of the 7th at New Britain Stadium. Next offering, slider, strike. A good pitch right there at the knees to Blank. Got to keep the ball down to him. He's a guy who can rip one out of the park. Mike's 6'4", 225 pounds. 1-2, second and third for the Ducks, up 5-0, top of the 6th, the pitch. Swinging a line drive, left center field. Myers over to his right, makes the catch in the gap. Tagging from third, Minicozy. The throw comes into the left side of the infield. Minicozy scores standing. And the Ducks now have a 6-0 lead. Sacrifice fly RBI for Mike Blank, his 27th RBI of the year.
Next up, number 17, under Grill 13 K-Man,
Gotay still at second base. Wessinger will come to the plate. He's 0 for 2 in the game. Elsewhere, around the Atlantic League, top of the 3rd inning at Constellation Field, the Skeeters 2-0 lead over the Revolution. And at the bottom of the 4th at TD Bank Ballpark, the Patriots a 2-0 lead over the Barnstormers. Righty on righty, the pitch. In for a strike, clipping the outside corner. On the Major League Baseball out-of-town scoreboard, 3-1 Pittsburgh with lead over the Cubs, top of the 6th. Angels 8-2 lead over the Orioles, top of the 5th. 1 out, the 0-1. In tight, that got a piece of the jersey of Wessinger. Tried to lift up the elbows out of the way, and it just nipped his orange jersey. First and second for the Ducks.
Next up, number
One out. Top of the order, here's Anthony Vega. Long Island really trying to put this game out of reach. Scott Snodgrass appears to be loosening down the left field line in the bullpen. The set position, the pitch. Vega swings and lifts it foul back over the screen, out of play. Had that hollow sound to it. It sounded like he might have gotten jammed. Toronto 1-0 lead over Detroit. That game in the top of the 6th. Miami 3-1 lead over Cincinnati, top of the 7th. Checking the runner at second base. Here's the pitch. Tipped foul. And it's 0-2. Cleveland an 8-0 lead over the Yankees, top of the 6th. 4-4 game. Rays and the Red Sox, top of the 5th. Nationals 3-0 lead over the Mets, top of the 4th. Texas 2-1 lead, top of the 2nd inning over Minnesota. White Sox 4-3 lead over Atlanta, top 3. Vega takes high. Anthony, a single, a stolen base, and a run scored in the 1st. He also walked and scored a run in the 5th. He's been on base 3 times. He was also hit by the pitch in the 3rd. A prototypical type leadoff hitter, Anthony Vega. He's got speed, steals bases, gets on base, hits gap to gap. The pitch in the dirt. That kicks to the left of Susini, and the runners will advance. And to third base goes Gotay, and Westinger into second. Second and third with one out here for Long Island. Vega in his 2nd season with the Ducks. He made Long Island's team as a spring training invitee in 2015. Chance to drive in more runs here for Long Island. Top of the 6th, 2-0 our score. Ducks out in front from the belt. Infielders coming in. Marshall sets. The pitch home. In the dirt, smothered by Susini. Runners hold. 3 balls and 2 strikes is the count. Marshall sets from the belt. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul tip into the mitt, held by Susini. Just the 3rd strikeout tonight for Southern Maryland pitching. Ducks with 2 runs in here in the top of the 6th. 5 runs in total the last 2 innings. A little bit of a high fastball right there from Marshall, and Vega went chasing after it. Now with 2 outs here is Lentini. 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs, 6-0 Long Island. Lentini climbs in right side, pants rolled up to the knees, shows off those black socks. Running from the belt, here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball into right center field. Myers back to his left. Darby circling in, and he makes the catch in stride about 10 feet from the warning track. Lentini gave that one a pretty good ride the opposite way, but Myers was able to track it down. Good inning, though, by the Ducks as they score 2 runs, sending 7 men to the plate. And an RBI double butt from Ruben Gotay. Heading to the bottom half of the 6th inning, it is Long Island 6 and Southern Maryland nothing. This is the Legal ID Shield Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
ID Shield is the best way to protect your identity. If you become a victim of identity theft, ID Shield spends up to $5 million to do everything that it can to restore your identity. ID Shield is dedicated to your safety. Their identity specialists are focused on protecting you. They provide you with the services that walk you through all the steps to protect yourself. ID Shield monitors all of your personal information from social security numbers, credit cards, and bank accounts. ID Shield monitors everything from your passport, email, phone numbers, driver's license information, and much more. ID Shield is the only company that is partnered with Kroll, the worldwide leader in theft investigative services. ID Shield partner with Kroll protects the identities of more than 1 million people in 50 states and 4 Canadian provinces. For more information, call 571-337-3588 or log on to www.legalshieldassociate.com/BowareMJ.
This is Jeremy Owens, manager of the Blue Crabs. Thanks for listening to Blue Crab Baseball. Now back to the game.
Bottom half of the 6th inning here at Regency Furniture Stadium. Blue Crabs down 6-0. Eric Garcia will lead things off against John Brownell. Here's the windup and the pitch. In for a strike over the inside corner. And it's 0-1. 6-6-0 the line for the Ducks. 0-5-2 the line for the Blue Crabs. It'll be Garcia, Nelson, and Marte. The windup and the pitch home. Breaking ball, bends in, strike called at the knees. Garcia's 0 for 2. Blue Crabs with 5 hits in the game. Brownell is doing a nice job out there. He has struck out 3 hitters. He's not walked anybody either. 0-2. In the dirt, low and inside. Brownell 51 strikes thrown. 20 balls, 71 pitches in total. Outfielders shading towards left center field, playing relatively shallow on Garcia. Now the windup and the 1-2. Swung on, tipped into the mitt of Blank. Mike holds on for the strikeout. The 5th one of the night for John Brownell. Here's Bryant Nelson now, who's 1 out of 2 with a single in the 3rd inning. Finishing up with the out-of-town scoreboard tonight. Nationals, bottom of the 4th, 3-0 lead over the Mets. Twins, Rangers tied at 2, bottom 2nd. Philadelphia, Colorado, scoreless top of the 3rd. Here's the pitch. Up high with a breaking ball. St. Louis 2-1 lead over Milwaukee, bottom of the 3rd. Scoreless game, Mariners and the Royals. That game in the bottom of the 3rd, the pitch. Strike called at the knees. 10-10 start. Padres and the Dodgers. Arizona, San Francisco, a 10-15 start. Now the windup and the 0-2 pitch. In the dirt. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Scott Snodgrass loosening down the left field line in the bullpen for the Blue Crabs, who are down 6-0 here in the game. The bullpen on the other side down the right field line is quiet. Nelson singled back in the 3rd. Off the 3rd base edge, Brownell working here. He turns, kicks, and fires. A little bit low. Two and 2. The windup and the pitch. Swung on, chopped to first, but foul outside the bag. Blue Crabs fans, Regency Furniture Stadium offers affordable catered luxury suites, 2-hour all-you-can-eat picnic area packages, and Legends Club events. For more information, contact the group sales department at 301-638-9788 or log on to somdbluecrabs.com. Now the windup, the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball into right, moving over to his left, Lentini towards the line. Slows to a jog, and Felant makes a one-hand catch in stride. Two gone for Alfredo Marte. He is hitless in 2 at-bats tonight in his Blue Crabs debut. Brownell looking for the 1-2-3 inning. He deals. Outside corner, strike 1 called. Snyder is on deck if the inning were to continue. 6-0 Ducks, nobody on base. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch home. Breaking ball, bends high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Next offering. Low outside, 2-1. Brownell looks so comfortable out there on the mound. Last year's Atlantic League Pitcher of the Year, John Brownell. Mr. Reliable in that rotation. 2-1 pitch. Popped foul, back over the screen, out of play as that fastball got in on the hands of Alfredo Marte. 2-2. Nobody on base, 2 out, 6-0 Ducks. Last of the 6th. Wind up in the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, tipped foul into the mitt of Blank. And that's 2 strikeouts in the inning and 5 in the game for the right-hander John Brownell. Moving on to the 7th inning now, Long Island with a 6-0 lead. This is the Legal ID Shield Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Hey Blue Crabs fans, join us at Regency Furniture Stadium on August 5th as your Southern Maryland Blue Crabs take on the York Revolution. It'll be Salute the Troop Night presented by Chick-fil-A of Charles County and the St. Charles Companies, as well as Craft Fair Night, Beach Party Night, and a firework extravaganza presented by PNC. The very next night on August 6th, the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs continue to take on the York Revolution for Southern Maryland Library Night presented by Southern Maryland Regional Library Association. It'll also be Urgent Care Night and a jersey auction presented by the University of Maryland Charles Regional Medical Center. For more information, log online to www.somdbluecrabs.com or call 301-638-9788.
Moving on to the top of the 7th inning here at Regency Furniture Stadium. Our score, Long Island 6, Southern Maryland nothing. And the new pitcher is the left-hander Scott Snodgrass on relief for Ian Marshall, who went an inning, allowing 2 earned runs on 2 hits, walking 1 and striking out 1. Now it's Snodgrass 1-5, his 16th appearance. He's made 12 starts this year, 6.37 ERA, 59 in the 3rd innings pitch, 28 walks, 47 strikeouts, opponents hitting .311. Delta Cleary Jr. will start things. Tripled and scored a run back in the 5th. He's 1 for 3. Switch hitter batting from the right side. Delta last night, 3 RBIs, 4 hits. The pitch on the way. Fastball, high outside, 1 ball and no strikes. The line for the Ducks, 6 runs on 6 hits, and for the Blue Crabs, 0 runs, 5 hits, and 2 errors committed. Long Island with a run in the 1st. 3 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th. Next offering, strike called of the outer 3rd. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. After Cleary Jr., it'll be Cody Puckett. The last 2 innings, the Ducks have sent 7 men to the plate. Pitch home. Down and in. 2 balls and 1 strike is the count. Long Island coming in, having won 5 of their last 6 games, 10 of their last 13. Blue Crabs, meanwhile, on a 7-game losing streak. Long Island 2-1 here in second half play. Snodgrass kicks, delivers. Swing and a ball poked foul out of play right side. Two balls and 2 strikes is the count. By the way, Ducks manager Kevin Baez tied the Ducks managerial wins record yesterday with his 399th victory. Here's a swing and a miss on the next offering. Down goes Cleary Jr. for the strikeout. Fourth of the night for Southern Maryland pitching. One out here is Cody Puckett, 6-0 Long Island, top half of the 7th inning. He's currently 1 win shy of passing Don McCormick for for the most wins by a manager in team history. Looking for win number 400 for him tonight. The pitch. Puckett takes a called strike over the inner 30s, 0 for 3. Cody Puckett bats from the right side with Dan Lyons waiting to hit next. Base is cleared. Snodgrass works quickly and delivers. Swinging a chopper to short. Glove by Garcia. And he quickly zips it to first. 6-3 put out. 2 outs, nobody on for Dan Lyons. 6-0 Long Island. Scoring in spread out fashion here tonight.
We need 26 more of those guys.
Next up, number 12, Dan Lyons.
Lions with 2 hits, he singled back in the first. And a triple and a run scored in the 6th. Snodgrass sets. Here's the pitch. Bounced foul, third base side. And it's 0-1. Outside target. Here's the pitch. In the dirt. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch. Inside at the knees. 2 outs, nobody on. 6-0 Long Island. We're in the top of the 7th. By the way, the money drop is coming up after the game. Money will be dropped from the helicopter. Might hear some of that on the wrap-up show tonight. Foul back to the screen on the next offering. It's 2-2. And for those of you watching on the YouTube side, you will not only see the helicopter, but hear it as well as I try to talk over it tonight. That money drop. That's always popular. Everybody always loves that money drop. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called over the inside. He's got Snodgrass 2 strikeouts in the inning. Ducks down 1-2-3. Retired in order for the first time since the 4th. Stretch time, bottom of the 7th coming up. It is Long Island 6, Southern Maryland nothing. This is the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Hey, Blue Crabs fans, join us at the ballpark on August 7th as your Southern Maryland Blue Crabs take on the York Revolution. It's Chick-fil-A Backfin Buddies Day number 7, Babies in Baseball, as well as pregame autograph sessions, kids play in Pinch's Playground for free, and postgame kids run the bases. After about a week off, the Blue Crabs come back to town on August 15th against the Bridgeport Bluefish for Bark in the Park presented by Perfect Pet Resort, as well as Dollar Hot Dog Night. And then on August 16th, it's Hearing Professional Silver Sluggers Day number 8, Shirt Off Your Back Clothing Drive, Thankful Tuesday, as well as free popcorn presented by RST Theaters Lexington Exchange for the first 500 fans. For more information, call 301-638-9788 or visit www.somdbluecrabs.com.
Michael Snyder will lead things off, heading to the bottom of the 7th inning here at Regency Furniture Stadium. Thank you for being with us tonight on the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network. Righty-on-righty matchup as John Brownell out there for another inning of work. It'll be his 7th. Here's the windup in the pitch. Snyder takes a breaking ball strike over the outer third. He's 0 for 2 here tonight. The Crabs have used 2 pitchers out of their bullpen. Meanwhile, Brownell has thrown 6 scoreless innings. 0-1 pitch. Outside with an off speed. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. We mentioned the resume for John Brownell. A guy who last year was the Atlantic League Pitcher of the Year. 2-time Atlantic League champion as well with the Ducks. Next offering. Swung on, fisted foul, back over the screen and out of play. And it's 1-2. Brownell's 5th season with Long Island. He's the 2013 Championship Series MVP. And to me, it's a head scratcher because, again, he spent 1 season, just 1 season, in the Phillies organization in 2006. A 27th round draft pick. 1-2 pitch. Downstairs with a change, and it's 2-2. Walton will follow Snyder, and then it'll be Zach Wilson. Blue Crabs have some work to do, down 6-0. Bottom of the 7th inning, coming in having lost 7 straight games. Brownell into the wide. Here's a 2-2. Up high with a breaking ball. Full count, 3-2. Snyder returning to the lineup last night after missing 12 games with that hamstring injury. Gorgeous night here at the ballpark. Lights are on. Dark sky up above. The wide, the 3-2. Swung on, tipped in and out of the mitt, foul of Mike Blank. And the count remains 3-2. Wind up the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, popped foul off first, twisting out of play, and a good at bat here by Michael Snyder. As the count holds at 3-2. Brownell has thrown 61 strikes tonight, 28 balls, a pitch count of 89. And nobody's loosening down the right field line in the bullpen. Now remember, in his last start, back on the 2nd of this month, he went 8 1/3 innings against Sugar Land. Works off the third base edge, looking for strikeout number 6. 3-2 pitch. Up high. And that's ball 4. Snyder walks. First free pass issued tonight by John Brownell. Here is Jamar Walton. Snyder, by the way, an all-star along with Walton. Bryant Nelson, Brian Burris, and Cody Epley. They will participate on the Freedom Division team in the all-star game next week in Lancaster. Jamar's 1 out of 2 tonight with a single back in the 4th. Righty on lefty matchup. Inside target. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-1. 6-0 Long Island, bottom half of inning number 7. Next offering. Inside. That slider has really worked well tonight for Brownell. Same thing with the changeup. One and one. The pitch. Swing and a line drive down the right field side, peeling foul and into an empty seat out of play. As Walton was ahead of that off-speed pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count. I mentioned that the Blue Crabs this year 2-9 against the Ducks. They've outscored the Blue Crabs this year, the Ducks, 73-37. 1-2 is the count. 6-0 Long Island. The pitch in the dirt, smothered by Blank. As Snyder, the runner at first, holds. Count evens at 2-2. Additionally, by the way, since June 7th of last year, the Ducks have outscored the Blue Crabs 171-114. The struggle continues here tonight. The Crabs down 6-0, bottom 7. Here's the pitch. Swing and a ground ball sharply hit, knocked down by Gotay at first with the backhand. He picks it up with the glove and steps on the base. Snyder into scoring position. Good play by Ruben Gotay. Walton nearly had himself a hit. Got good wood on that one, but Gotay was able to knock that hot shot down. Here's Zach Wilson now with one out, 6-0. Long Island out in front here in the bottom of the 7th. Wilson singling back in the 2nd inning. Right-handed batter, here's the pitch. In for a strike, a slider spins in at the knees. And it's 0-1. Here's the set from the belt. 0-1. Swing and a hot shot back up the middle into left center field for a base hit. Snyder touches third. He's being waved home, and he will score without a play. Blue Crabs on the board. RBI single for Zach Wilson. It is now 6-1 Long Island. For Wilson, that is RBI number 35 on the year. This rally all started by that walk of Michael Snyder. Brownell approaching 100 pitches. As John DeZamba will step in. Each team with 6 hits apiece. Zamba bats from the left side. Brownell off the third base edge. Now the bullpen active down the right field line. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul back to the screen. And a fastball in the outer half. Zamba fouling it straight back. John from Buffalo, New York. His 8th professional season. He was with the Blue Crabs for a short time in 2014. He had his professional career with Grand Prairie of the American Association in 2009. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, tapped foul. And it's 0-2. 6-1 Ducks. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. A run in for the Blue Crabs, looking to break a 7-game losing streak. Their last win coming last Friday in game 1 of a doubleheader in New Britain. Susini is on deck. 0-2 pitch. Fastball fouled away to the third base side. Here's the set position from the belt. 0-2 pitch home. Strike 3 called, a breaking ball at the knees, and down goes DeZamba. 6th strikeout tonight for John Brownell. First time a Blue Crabs hitter has been caught looking this evening. So now 2 outs. Wilson still at first with that RBI single. And Norberto Susini will step in. Switch hitter batting from the left side. Connor David 1 for 2 tonight. He singled in the 5th. Susini in 14 games with the Blue Crabs is 4 for 36 with 2 RBIs. Wilson held on by Gotay over at first. No wind to speak of here at the ballpark. Lights beam down on the playing field. Here's the pitch. In for a strike in there at the knees with a fastball. 6-1 Ducks, bottom of the 7th inning. Each team 6 hits apiece. From the belt. Now the 0-1. Down and in with a breaking ball. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Susini ahead of a changeup. Now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. This will probably be the last inning for Brownell. Again, there is activity down the right field line in the bullpen for Long Island. In fact, it's double barrel activity from what I see. 1-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded to first. A diving play made by Gotay right next to the bag as he knocks it down and picks it up with the glove, touches the base. The inning is over. Good play by Ruben Gotay. He's made a couple of nifty plays here this evening. That'll do it for the Blue Crabs, but they score a run on the RBI single by Zach Wilson. At the end of 7 innings of play, it is Long Island 6 and Southern Maryland 1. This is the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Legal issues can mean trouble for anyone. No matter how much money you have, Legal Shield can help with a range of legal services. Legal Shield believes in educating and serving their members to improve their lives. Legal Shield partners with providing law firms across the United States and 4 provinces in Canada to help you with any issue you can think of. For more information, contact Marcellus and Jeanette Boweir at 571-337-3588 or log on to www.legalshieldassociate.com/Boweir MJ.
This is Cody Eppley, and you're listening to Blue Crabs Baseball on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Moving on to the top half of the 8th inning here at Regency Furniture Stadium, Mark Minicozzi will start things. 0 for 2 in the game with a walk and a run scored. Second inning of work for Snodgrass, 6-1 Ducks the pitch. And Mark takes a strike over the outside edge. 0-1 is the count. Each team 6 hits apiece tonight. Snodgrass, third pitcher of the night. Here's the pitch home. Swing and a fly ball off the end of the bat into left center field. Myers scampers over to his right, and he puts the squeeze on it in the gap. 1 out for Ruben Gotay. Brian Grenning started 5 innings, 3 earned runs, 4 runs in total, 4 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts this evening. Gotay with an RBI double in the 6th. He's 1 for 3. The Crabs' the last 2 innings have sent 7 runners to the plate. The Ducks have sent 7 men to the plate. 1 out. The pitch home. Swing and a miss. And a fastball. By the way, the fastball for Snodgrass ranges from 92 to sometimes 94 miles per hour. Very good life to it. He's got 4 pitches in his arsenal as well. Swung on, bounced foul in the next offering to the brick backstop. And it's 0-2. Mike Blank is on deck. As Gotay, switch hitter batting from the right side, has doubled tonight. He's also made, as I mentioned at the end of that bottom of the 7th inning, some nifty plays out there in the field. Snodgrass straightening up. 0-2 pitch home. Outside with a fastball. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You wanted to swing. There you go. This one's going to be closer. There you go. Here's your chance.
Pitch home. Swing and a line drive, left center field. Myers sprints over to his right. Darby makes a one-hand running catch. About 10 steps from the warning track. Darby, fun to watch play center field. There's no doubt about that. Makes it look easy every night. Here's Mike Blank, 2 outs, nobody on, 6-1 Long Island. And fans, hey, be sure to like the Blue Crabs on Facebook and also follow the Blue Crabs on Twitter with the handle @BlueCrabs and on Instagram with the handle @BlueCrabsBaseball. Blank with the RBI sac fly in the 6th. Walked in the 5th and scored a run, and he also popped out to the shortstop, Garcia, in the 2nd. Lefty on righty matchup. Pitch home. Outside with a fastball. Kicking the pitch. Swing and a miss. Change up from Snodgrass. 1-1. The pitch home. Swing and a ball hooked high in the air. Up the left field side, peeling foul. And into the night, out of play. And it's out of the ballpark, I think. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Blank. Mike's got a little pop, doesn't he? 5 home runs this year. Right there, straightens that thing out. That's probably going to be a home run. Here's the pitch home. High and away with the fastball. Two and two is the count. Pitch on the way. Swung on, chopped to second. 2 hops, glove by the charging DeZamba. He shovels underhand to first for the out. That'll do it. Snodgrass has retired all 6 hitters that he has faced tonight. Bottom of the 8th coming up. It is Long Island 6, Southern Maryland 1. This is the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network presented by Legal ID Shield.
ID Shield, a division of Legal Shield, continues the mission of providing identity protection to more than 1 million people in 50 states and 4 Canadian provinces. Teamed with Kroll, no other company combines the expertise of the most knowledgeable identity protection specialists in the industry. The team of dedicated individuals does whatever it takes for as long as it takes to keep you and your family safe. For more information, log on to www.legalshieldassociate.com/BowareMJ or contact Marcellus and Jeanette Boware at 571-337-3588.
Moving on to the bottom half of the 8th inning here at Regency Furniture Stadium. It is Long Island 6 and Southern Maryland 1. Blue Crabs tonight with 6 hits. The Ducks with 6 hits as well. Southern Maryland also committing 2 errors in the field this evening. Patrick Kreider is the new pitcher, the left-hander on relief for John Brownell, who went 7 innings. 1 earned run, 6 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Another quality start for him. He is in line for the win. Now it's the left-hander, Patrick Kreider. Patrick 3-0, .95 ERA, 33rd game, 19 innings, 11 walks, 18 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting just 100 off of the left-handed pitcher. Last night, the bullpen was heavily used for Long Island. There was pitcher by committee. Kevin Vance, last night's starter, went just 3 innings, but tonight, it's a different story. The bullpen well rested. Brownell, 7 innings, and now it's up to the Long Island bullpen to hold this thing where it is and pick up the victory for the Ducks. I would think they would probably use maybe 2 guys if needed. Maybe even Kreider in 2 innings, but maybe 2 guys out of the bullpen tonight. They've got 3 lefties available. Kreider, one of those lefties. And 5 right-handed pitchers available still. Myers leads off the pitch. Strike over the outside corner, a fastball. Darby tonight, a single in the 3rd, and he grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in the 5th. Inside target, 0-1 pitch. Slider In for a strike over the outside corner. Good fastball from Kreider and a good slider as well. 2-pitch pitcher. Kreider 6 foot, 180 pounds. He's from Owensboro, Kentucky. The pitch. Swing and a ball served on a line down the right field side, peeling foul and out of play. Kreider is not allowed to run his last 3 appearances. He is in his second season with the Ducks. Last year tied with teammate Melio Diaz. The Atlantic League in appearances with 60. Off the first base edge, 0-2. Swinging a looper out to second base. Easy play on the back edge of their Puckett. Cody makes a 2-hand catch. Top of the order now, here's Eric Garcia. Tomorrow, Brian Burris will start for the Blue Crabs, 5-4, 2.95 ERA against Darren Downs, the left-hander, 6-4, 4.07 ERA. 1 out, nobody on, 6-1 Ducks. The pitch. Garcia looks it into the mitt. Strike called over the inside corner. Eric is 0 for 3 today. The high set, now the 0-1. Downstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the kick and the pitch. Swinging a chopper to third. Step to his left, Wessinger, he gloves. Fires it across for the out. 2 gone, nobody on base. Brian Nelson will hit 6-1. Long Island out in front. By the way, I just got an alert that Noah Syndergaard, starter for the Mets tonight, has left the game with a lat injury or something along those lines. Matt Harvey was placed on the disabled list. No word on when he will be back. He may have season-ending surgery from what I've read as well, so Mets are kind of in a bind. Here's the pitch. Nelson taps it foul, third base side. Bryant singled back in the third. Switch hitter turning around, batting from the right side. Nelson, an all-star, 42 years of age. Here's a high set. 2 outs, 0-1 pitch. Swung on, chopped over the mound towards second. Gloved on 2 hops, chest high by Puckett. Tosses a little bit wide to first. Gote pulled off the bag. He catches and applies the tag to Nelson. That'll do it. Easy 1-2-3 inning. Recorded by Patrick Kreider. Heading to the 9th here at Regency Furniture Stadium. Long Island 6, Southern Maryland 1 on the Legal ID Shield, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Blue Crabs fans, is your brand, business, or organization looking to increase exposure and gain new and diverse consumers in this Southern Maryland market? Look no further than the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs and Regency Furniture Stadium. Our business partners are afforded unparalleled access to our consumer base of fans from attractive and potentially lucrative demographics with disposable income. Call today at 301-374-1133 for more information or to set up a consultation.
Of land out in the countryside, lay back and smell the sun, warm up the Georgia pie. It's so good to be taking it easy. Why would I ever leave? 'Cause I know I got some good friends that live down the street. Got a good...
This is Justin Berg. Thanks for listening to Blue Crabs Baseball. Now back to the game.
Cody Epley is the new pitcher here in the top of the 9th inning. Long Island 6 and Southern Maryland 1. Game 2 of this 4-game series. Game 3 tomorrow at 6:35. First pitch. Be on the air with you at 6 o'clock for the pregame. It'll be Wessinger, Vega, and Lentini due up here in this top of the 9th against Cody Epley on relief for Scott Snodgrass, who retired all 6 hitters that he faced, striking out 2. Brian Grenning got the start tonight, 5 innings, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Now it's Epley, 2-0, 2.56 ERA, 31st game, 12 saves, 31 2/3 innings pitched, 9 earned runs, 8 walks, 21 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .241 off Cody. Wessinger is 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch in the 6th. The big innings tonight for Long Island, 3 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th. In both innings, sending 7 men to the plate. They also scored a run back in the 1st. Blue Crabs, their lone run on the Zach Wilson RBI single in the bottom of the 7th. Righty-on-righty matchup as Epley works off the first base edge, coming set. The pitch on the way. Swinging a ground ball, pushed to second. Easy play to Zamba. He gobbles it up, tosses to first, and there's one gone. 1 pitch, 1 out. Top of the order here is Anthony Vega, who has had a great series up to this point. Tonight he has scored 2 runs. He has stolen now 3 bases, including his 1 here tonight. He has singled, he's walked, he's been hit by a pitch, he's been on base. 3 out of 4 times up. By the way, he has now scored 5 runs in these last 2 games. 6-1 Ducks, top of the 9th inning. Epley sets. Here's the pitch home. Swinging a foul off to the left and out of play. Epley last pitched back on the 3rd against New Britain. First time he's pitching here on this homestand. Next offering. Swing and a miss. A slider low and in. It's 0-2. The on-deck hitter is Lentini. Epley has registered the lowest ERA and opponent's batting average on this club. 2.56 and 241 respectively. 0-2 pitch. Down and in. Cody is an all-star. He's named to the all-star team for the 2nd consecutive year. Last year he picked up the win in an inning of work out of the bullpen. Kicks and fires. Up high with a fastball. As always, that fastball, good movement, good life to it. Count is leveled. 2 balls and 2 strikes. In the bottom of the 9th inning, it'll be Marte, Snyder, and Walton due up for the Blue Crabs. 3, 4, 5 in the order. Blue Crabs down 6-1, top of the 9th inning. Each team 6 hits apiece. The pitch home. A little bit low, check swing, and no swing. Third base umpire John Grasso with the call. As the count runs full to 3-2. No wind to speak of here at the ballpark. Lights are on. Good crowd on hand tonight. The money drop is coming up after the